Thank you for bearing with me. Welcome everyone to the February APNA webinar. My name is Tom Breedlove. I'm with Care.com HomePay, and I'm very honored to introduce our speaker today. If you haven't heard Kyle at an APNA conference or something, excited to come back for another round of Kyle. But since we're running late because of my ignorance, I'm going to go ahead and turn the floor over to Kyle, and let's kick this thing off. Kyle, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Good,
having me.
good. And do you see the button on how to share a screen? I
Yes,
assume you
sir.
know. Okay, got it. Okay.
Is it my show now? So, guys, welcome. Thank you for being here. Um, if I sound a little under the weather, it is because I am. I feel fine, but I lost my voice, and that's not great when you speak for a living. And so, y'all forgive me. I have a cough drop in. If I have to randomly mute myself to avoid coughing in your ears, I will do so. Um, but I'm just so honored to be with you guys. I love your organization. I love the people that lead it, and so thank you again for allowing me to be here. I'm so excited for this because this is brand new. I haven't taught this until right now, and so it is fresh off the press, and I truly believe it is an opportunity to create significant movement in your business and it doesn't cost you anything, which is my favorite part. So I call this the trust transfer because what I see lacking in business is we we see all these technological advances in the way we communicate in our world, i.e., Zoom, FaceTime. We we have these abilities now to show up face to face with people, yet when it comes to the way we still show up in our business, we're very old school. We're sending emails, we're sending text messages, and we're missing the opportunity to put our face in front of people, not because we're narcissists, not because it's all about us, but because we know that trust spreads through face to face interaction, not through a really good copywritten email. And so that's what this is all about. And so as we jump into this thing, I want to establish the definition of what I believe the trust transfer to be. And it is this: the trust transfer is using one to one video to make trust feel personal, compressing the time it takes to go from I've heard of you to I trust you. So conversations convert faster, referrals come easier, and relationships last longer. And so, what is that in a nutshell? My goal in the next 40 minutes is to help you get more sales, capture more referrals, and keep people longer than ever before because of the way you choose to communicate. That's what this is all about. And so, before we get into the concepts and ideas, I want us to first quickly understand what is currently holding you back. Because what I'm going to teach is not going to be foreign to most of you, but most of you still aren't doing it. And so we've got to understand that for some of us, we overcomplicate what we don't want to do. This is human nature. I am I'm in a weight loss journey. I I weighed in yesterday at 269 pounds. It is the lightest I've been since I was in middle school. And so on this journey, when I've struggled, when I talk to my fit friends and ask them questions about their fitness, their eating, I desperately want them to say something complicated to me. Oh well, I do this 84 step process and I take these 800 different vitamins and minerals and because then I could receive that information and go, well, no wonder I'm not skinny because that's hard. But instead, what happens is they go, well, Kyle, when you eat a cheeseburger, I eat a salad. When you sit on the couch to watch Netflix, I go get some extra steps in. Now I have to internalize that and go, dang it, I'm capable of that. And so then what happens is I have to come into the realization that this is my fault because I am capable of being better, but I'm not being better. And so, in what we're going to talk about, many of you are going to struggle with this. You are trying to overcomplicate how video works so that you don't have to do it. But for others, we tend to naturally assume the worst in people. And so I deal with people all over the world. They go, Kyle, gosh, I would do this more, but I'm worried about what my friends might think. I'm worried about what my sister is going to say. And we assume the worst. Guess what? It's never as bad as we assume that it is. And so we have incredible opportunities sitting in front of us. And the last thing is this: we wrongly choose to automate the moments designed for a relationship. As I look into businesses across the country, I see people trying to automate everything. They're trying to automate everything. They're trying to automate every process. They're trying to automate every lead gen. They're automating everything. And though I believe in automation and I use it in my business, I do also still believe that there are aspects of our business that give us moments for relationship. And the moment we pass them off to automation, we miss opportunity for connection. And so this is what we've got to do better. This is what I'm going to challenge you to do better. And this is all about the power of one-to-one video. And so this isn't about getting Instagram famous. This isn't about trying to go viral. This isn't about growing a following. This is about realizing that we know all the people that we know to be more successful than we currently are. And if we would stay top of mind, get in front of them more, pay them more attention, we would see unbelievable things happening in our business. And I want to tell you a quick story before we jump into this. 3 Fridays ago, I sat down in my office and in 20 minutes I recorded 15 one-to-one videos. That's me with my phone, just like this. I sent 15 different videos using 3 to 4 different video messages, which we're about to talk about. And in the next 30 minutes after I sent those videos, I closed one deal. I set up 3 sales calls for the next week, and I received 4 referrals. This is the power of one-to-one video. That 20 minutes of my effort added almost $20,000 in recurring revenue to my company. How much did it cost me? It cost me my time. 20 minutes of it. Guys, I love this stuff. And I wish, I know many of you have seen me at your conferences, and I am full of energy, which I feel like I am today, but my voice doesn't necessarily show it. And so I hope that you don't take my raspy voice as me being less enthusiastic about this, because this is literally my favorite topic on the planet to teach about because of the impact that it has. And so let's jump in. One-to-one videos. We should be sending one-to-one videos to every new lead that we get. And so for me, the moment I get a new lead, I record a video and send it to them from wherever I am. Last week, I had a very prominent C-level person from the mortgage industry where I spend a lot of my time. He sent me a text message. It was 9:45 at night. I was sitting in my lazy boy in the living room in the dark watching TV. I'd had a hat on that day, but I'd already taken the hat off. It was in my bedroom and I had hat hair. And yet I jumped on video from my dark living room and was like, "What's up, brother? It's great to hear from you. Yes, I would love to be a part of this new video series that y'all are rolling out." And then as I was saying this, my 2-year-old crawls up into my lap and I go, actually, I take that back. It wasn't as late at night because my 2-year-old wouldn't have been awake at 9:45. So it was probably 8-ish. And I was able to go, "Oh, here's Ruby. Ruby, say hi to RC." And though some of you, because you've been doing this a long time, there was a day when that would have been unprofessional. Now, these are moments of connection. Last year, I received my biggest speaker fee ever. And so last year, I did a 45-minute keynote that I was paid $25,000 for. It blows my mind. And when that lead came in, I was playing golf from the golf course. Excuse me. From the golf course, I jumped on video. I sent them a video back. "I would love to speak at your event. I'm so excited. I'll connect you to my team." I won the event. While I was there, guess what we did? They took me to play golf. Why? Because I was golfing in the background of my video. And so another caveat to this that I do not have a slide for is our backgrounds say words that our words never will. And so though I like my office background, which is where I am right now, if this is the only place I record from, I will become white noise to people. And so I record videos when I'm out on a walk. I record videos when I'm playing golf. I record videos when I'm sitting in the airport traveling to go speak around the country. I record videos from anywhere and everywhere because my unique backgrounds give me different opportunities to tell different stories without having to use words. And so this is the power of what I'm teaching you. And guys, if y'all have questions, thoughts, put them in the chat. I've got them pulled up. We'll do some Q&A at the end, but if it makes sense, I'll answer it live right now while I'm teaching. And so imagine if every new lead got a video from you or someone on their team within 60 seconds of them requesting information. And even if all the video said, right, what if it was after hours? And all the video said was, "Hey, Smith family, thank you so much for requesting information. We're excited to talk to you. We'll get you this first thing in the morning." Man, they feel so special that after hours, you chose to serve them. So new leads is a massive opportunity for you to use the power of one-to-one video. The second way is in your processes. I want you to think about your process. Oh, let me pull the Q&A up. My bad, guys. I instructed you poorly. There it is. Okay. I've got the Q&A. Anonymous attendee. That's kind of ominous. I'm going to talk about that at the end. I have a slide for that. Erica, I think that this is available to all brands, in my opinion. If you have a situation that you think is different, let's talk about it at the end. Guys, think about your processes. Think about the way you onboard clients. Think about the way you send out information. Think about all the different steps where somebody may receive a phone call or an email or a text message. And think about when we live in a world where we love to be surprised and delighted. Think about how a video could make somebody feel instead of just black words on a white background. Nobody's excited to get an update email from you. Nobody's excited to get an update email from me. But when it's a video, it changes the game. It allows people to see us, to hear us, to experience us. And so it can make a huge impact in the way we communicate with people. And think about this. Think about the times that you pick up the phone in the process to call people. And imagine in a traditional family where there are two spouses involved, I would imagine that there would be one spouse that you communicate with the most. And so imagine if you call me as the head of our household, and now I have to pass off everything you said to me to my wife, which I'm going to do a poor job of. And so now, not only do you miss the opportunity to connect with my wife, but you're also going to allow her to be misinformed because you're the expert, I am not, yet you're letting me communicate to her. And so imagine if in your process you made the phone call, but then after the phone call, you recorded a quick 60-second recap video where you address the other spouse by name. And so in my scenario, you'd be able to say, "Hey, Lana, it's great to see you. Let's be honest, Kyle's not going to tell you anything we just talked about. And so I wanted to give you a quick recap of where we're at and finding the right nanny for you guys." And then you sent that in a group text to us. Think of the impact that that form of communication can have. You're building trust with both spouses. You're now creating referral opportunities from both spouses. This is the significance that this has. Hi, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie is. We'll talk about that. But I will tell you, spoiler alert, this is going to be a personal preference. I don't think it's unprofessional personally, but you're allowed to think that it is. And I think we're both allowed to be right. But we can talk about it more at the end. So we've got new leads. We've got processes. Here's the third way. What I call celebration videos. I send 3 to 5 of these out a day to people. And here's what it is. These are great for clients. These are great for people that aren't clients yet. And so I would imagine for your clients, you might send them a birthday text. What if instead of just a regular text on somebody's birthday, it was a video of you and the two people in the office that day singing happy birthday to somebody? And you're not trying to automate it. Remember, we're we're not trying to create a generic birthday video that can go out every day because people can see through it. We know if somebody doesn't say our name in the video, it's not a real video. We know that if they don't share a detail about us in the video, it's not a real video. This video was meant to feel special, but it's not actually special. And I believe that it can actually work in our detriment if we're not careful with the way we deploy this. And so birthday videos is an easy way to celebrate people. My assistant, I have a full-time assistant that is through my virtual assistant company that I have. And what Ray does is Ray, every day he adds 10 people from my Facebook or my LinkedIn to a spreadsheet with the most significant recent event they can find on their profile. So it could be that somebody's dog died. I'll send that person a video and go, "Oh my gosh, Jamie, I'm so sorry. I saw that your dog passed away. And oh my gosh, was I unprepared for when our dog Bella passed away 5 years ago. I'm praying for your family. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know." Right? That's it. That took me 20 seconds. And we have no idea the significance and impact that it can make in that person's life. We have no idea when that person is going to be around somebody that's talking about needing a nanny. And because you were top of mind, you got the referral. Because the problem, guys, in our world now is the data shows that the average adult is in front of 5,000 brands a day. And your brand and mine is supposed to be one of those. And so think about how 20 years ago, if you were the best nanny agency in your city, you got referrals left and right because it was easy. There wasn't a lot of competition. Now there's not just more competition, but guys, our competition now is the Disney Cruise commercial. Our competition now is when they run into their friend walking their dog because anything that draws their attention is a distraction from them thinking about me. And so if I'm not showing up on a regular basis, I'm going to lose more often than I win. And so the whole point of these videos is to create more FaceTime, pun intended, with people. Because the more we see somebody, the more we trust somebody. The more we see somebody, the more we can refer somebody. And so, what are other celebrations? Anniversaries, marriages, businesses, right? Any of those things. Ray will take note on my spreadsheet if somebody's son hit the winning home run in the game. That goes on the spreadsheet because I want to celebrate it. This is so simple, right? This isn't rocket science. This is how we stay humanized in 2026. Because I don't know if you're seeing it, I see it every day. More and more AI videos that look real but aren't real. And more companies that will convince you, oh, you want to automate your videos? We just need to record you for a few minutes and then we can fake all your videos. The problem is most people can tell the difference. There's just something off. And so this is how we show up as human beings. So there's a ton of other celebrations that we could probably go through, but I think you get the idea. And so let's go on to the next one. One-to-one video in our follow-up. This is my favorite way when I feel like I'm getting ghosted by somebody. I will record them a video and I will, because this is my sense of humor. So again, you don't have to be like this, but I've sent videos to people and go, hey dude, did I offend you? Did I call your wife fat or did I do something to get on your bad side? Because we had a really great call last month and I haven't heard from you since. And I get a response back so quickly and people are like, "Oh my gosh, dude, no, I'm so sorry. I've just been really busy." And so I will use lighthearted humor to follow up. But it's easy to just send that follow-up email, copy and paste it from the scripts that you have, and then call it done instead of doing it right. Because what's the point of following up to check the box if we know that the conversion rate of the way we follow up isn't great? I would rather do it the way that I believe is going to move the needle the most. And getting in front of the camera is the single greatest way to do it. The next one is education. And we're going to sit here for a little while because I've yet to meet an industry that I haven't seen a knowledge gap in. And so I can only assume that the nanny world is the same. And so the two questions that I want to give you guys that I do not have a slide for, and so you'll need to write them down, is this. Number one, what do I get asked the most about my industry? What do I get asked the most about my industry? And my goal for you is for you to write down as many questions as you can think of. The second question is, what am I surprised that people don't already know? And so when you're having sales conversations, when you're having conversations with current clients and you say something to them and they're like, wait, what? Hold on, what was that? What phrase did you just say? What does that mean? You should be developing a radar in your head that the moment somebody doesn't understand something, you make a note that this needs to become a video. This needs to become a video. And then you have a video library, whether it is on your YouTube channel or in your CRM, or you have them all in a Google Drive folder, so that when people bring up all of these commonly asked questions, you can say, oh my gosh, that's a great question. Let me send you a video that I made about that. So, number one, you don't have to answer it 1,000 times over. But number two, you're giving people ammunition to refer you. Because when their friend says something to them about that same thing, they're going to be able to go, oh, I had that question too. Let me send you the video that they sent me. And now they're referring you without even thinking about it. But we've got to give them these educational pieces of content. And so let me tell you what this looks like for me. I told you guys briefly earlier that one of my newest company since the last time I spoke at y'all's conference is that I now have a virtual assistant company where we work with men and women in the Philippines and provide them to American businesses. And I know many of you already work with VAs. At the end of last year, I got into ChatGPT and I said, my company has 50 clients. I want to get to 150 clients by the end of 2026. I believe that our greatest competitive advantage is through the power of video. Help me come up with videos to do to get to 150 clients. It gave me, like that, 240 educational videos broken up into 12 different topics. And so what did I do? I had my team make a spreadsheet with all 240 topics. I asked ChatGPT to give me a 3-second hook for each topic. That's in the column next to it in the spreadsheet. And then every morning when I get into my office, I record 2 videos. And so every morning, without fail, 2 videos, 2 videos, 2 videos, 2 videos, 30 to 60 seconds in length. I will record 240 videos this year that my team will put out across social media, but that we will also be able to use internally to send to people that have that need. Guys, this is the single greatest way to duplicate yourself. As the CEO of my company, I can't be everywhere all the time. As the CEO of your company, you can't be everywhere all the time, but you can duplicate yourself 30 seconds at a time. Guys, it's so easy. Yet at the same time, it's not. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you why. And we're going to solve it. So we've got new leads, we've got celebrations, processes, follow-up, education. We've also got what I call check-ins. Check-ins are meant to be random. And so I don't know how you believe, but many of you know I'm a former pastor. And so I love Jesus with all of my heart. I don't wear a WWJD bracelet. I live my life based on what would Jesus do. And so every day, well, it doesn't happen every day, but when God puts someone on my heart, I pray for them and send them a video. No strings attached. I'm not saying, in PS, if you're looking for a VA, if you want to write a book, hey, I know a guy. Nope. That's salesy. That removes the actual intent. And so I just sent him a video and I'm like, hey, dude, God put you on my heart today. I hope you're doing well. And it's amazing how many of these videos turn into business opportunity. And again, that's not my intent, but it is very often the byproduct. And so, how easy is it to just check in on your people? Right? When you're scrolling Facebook aimlessly, we all have these thoughts of, oh my gosh, I haven't seen her in forever. I wonder how she's doing. Check in. Oh my gosh, look how cute their daughter is. I remember when she was born and now she's in middle school. Check in. Just show up for people. This isn't rocket science. It just requires a little bit of intentionality and a lot of bit of getting over ourselves. Because here is the biggest adversary standing between you and doing this. It's your ego. And here's what that means. There's going to be a lot of topics when you think about what do you get asked most about the world of nannying. A lot of those things aren't going to be cool and sexy and fun, right? They're going to be super boring. But it's often the boring thing that is standing in the way of them saying yes. And so if you can't keep your ego in check, you won't do a lot of this because your ego will convince you that you're above it. Right, Jamie, this is a part of the deeper conversation of, excuse me, is it truly unprofessional? Or is my ego telling me that this is beneath me? And I believe it's the latter with most of the people that I work with. And so your ego is going to screw this up for you. Because the other part of your ego is your ego's going to go, whoa, 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 you have a pimple on your face. You can't do a video today. I mean, guys, I'm literally teaching this webinar and I sound like a 12-year-old girl. I'm a 43-year-old man with facial hair. And it was so easy. It could have been so easy to go, guys, I can't do the webinar. I've been really sick. Nah. You know why? Because my ego is gone. I'm here to love and serve people. I don't care what I sound like. I don't care what I look like. If I believe what I have to give can make a great impact in somebody's life, I am going to overcome all of my own insecurities to give that message. Case in point today. And so part of what I love about the video world is it very quickly shows you how big or how shallow or how healthy your ego is. Because it's easy to serve people inside of our own rules. It's hard when we have to possibly put ourselves at a disadvantage, but we choose to serve anyway. This is not the ideal way that I wanted to show up to this webinar. This webinar would have been better had I been at my best. But I still believe that average Kyle can make significant impact in people's lives. And that's why I'm here. And I believe that that's true for you within the people that you know. And so we've got to be careful. That's check-ins with a small detour talking about ego. Two more. Opinions. Here's what opinions means. I would assume in y'all's world, obviously, taking care of people's children is of the utmost importance. And so I would imagine that you have moms and dads that are your clients that are reaching out to you saying, hey, is it safe for us to have this? Is it okay if we have this in the house? Should we have this baby proofed? What about, and a lot of those, right, similar to Jamie's question, none of them are going to be black and white all the time. they're going to require an opinion, but you're going to have a way more educated opinion than they are. And so imagine when a concerned mother sends an email into your agency and they're asking a question, and it's so easy to just send an email back. How much more powerful would it be to give them your opinion on video and to spend 3 to 5 minutes, if that's what it took, talking through the concern that they have and how much better they're going to feel because they got to see you, they got to hear you, they got to feel the compassion and concern in your voice, they got to see your mannerisms. Wow, what an opportunity to serve your people. And then the last thing is this, and this is going to seem weird to some of you. Think about if you just started using FaceTime more. And I know FaceTime is an iPhone thing. And so I apologize for you Android users. This is a great opportunity for you to quit using an Android and come over to the good side. But guys, I travel the world now and speak. And I give my cell phone number out from stage. And I tell people, if you call me, I will not answer. But if you FaceTime me, I will. Why? Because when I'm on the phone with someone, I'm doing 10 other things. You might have 10% of my attention if we're on the phone. But when we're on FaceTime, when we're on Zoom, when we're in a Teams chat, it's pretty obvious if you're not paying attention to me. And so what I've noticed in the businesses I've grown, in the businesses I've coached, is the moment video is instilled as the main source of communication, it's a game changer. Because now you're dealing with people that are actually paying attention. It's incredible. And so, for those of you that are OCD and were driven crazy by the way my words randomly showed up, I wanted to give you guys a slide with all 8 of these in perfect harmony. If you want to screenshot it or take a picture to have to take back to your teams. But I'm ADD, and so my brain enjoyed the jumping around. So I apologize for those of you that frustrated. So now, as we wrap this up, how do we do this? I do it 3 ways. Well, technically 4. I did add a 4th one. I send these out through text message. I send videos out through social media, through direct message. I use a service called BombBomb. You can go to bombbomb.com, and it is a video sending service. And it's designed to help you send video through email, and it doesn't get caught up in spam. And it creates a cool GIF of your video. I can put an action button on the video. So like 10 seconds into the video, a little button will pop up that says schedule a call, right? Whatever I want it to say. And then it can go to my Calendly link. It's just really cool. And so I use that. It also has cool analytics. So I know when you open it, I know when you watch it, I know how many times you watch it, I know the percentage of the video you watch. So that way I know if I'm being effective or not. And then I also will load videos to my YouTube channel that are private so that only somebody with the link can watch it. And the beauty of this is if any of you are trying to grow a YouTube channel right now, by sending people a link to a private video, they have to go to your channel to watch it. So there's a good likelihood that while they're watching that video, they're going to tap the subscribe button, and now they'll be subscribed to you on YouTube, and you don't have to go beg people to do it. So pretty straightforward how you send. So then the last thing is asking ourselves, what will keep us, what will keep you from taking action on this? I believe it's 3 things. It's self-limiting beliefs. I'm not smart enough to do this. I'm too old to do this. I'm too fat to do this. I don't have makeup on today. I'm not doing this today. Right? It's self-limiting beliefs. Some of you may have technical challenges. How long is too long? Well, what about this part? Do I need a microphone? Right? All the techie things. And then for some of you, you might just simply right now, you lack the buy-in for it. You don't believe it'll work. And here's my challenge to that person. If you've ever FaceTime your kids or your grandkids, do you wish that would have been a phone call? Because I travel a ton. And my most sacred moments of travel are when I get to FaceTime my kids. And gosh, I'm glad I wasn't traveling in the 90s when all I had available would have been a phone. But now I get to see them. And my wife can actually take me in the room when she tucks them in bed, and I can pray with them directly through video. And little Ruby can grab the phone and try to hug me, and she can kiss it. I wouldn't change those moments for the world. And so my question for you as we're wrapping this up is how can you be so pro using it personally for your family, but not believe in the impact that it can have in your business? Because there is no difference. And so let me remind us what we're doing here. The trust transfer is using one-to-one video to make trust feel personal, compressing the time it takes to go from I've heard of you to I trust you. So conversations convert faster, referrals come easier, and relationships last longer. And guys, what I didn't tell you that I should have already told you is that most of what I just taught is in one of my most recent books that I wrote called Rethink Everything You Know About the Power of Video for Business and Sales. And so I would highly encourage you, go to Amazon, go search Rethink Everything, go buy the book. We actually just released our 13th book in the series this week. And so it'll be a massive help to you. And then for those of you that I'm new to you, here is my info. That is my cell phone number. That is not a Google number that protects me. That is my cell phone. If somebody FaceTime me right now, it would go to this phone. And I give you this because I want nothing more than for your life to be better than it's ever been. And if that means we need to have a conversation outside of this, I will absolutely do it. But guys, thank you so much for having me. I hope that there was value gathered. And if we have time for questions, I'm happy to take some.
Kyle, that was outstanding. Thank you so much. I'm so
Yes,
glad
sir.
you have a healthy ego and showed up today.
Me too.
You know, a lot of incredible nuggets for building the business. Let me see if we have any questions before we depart here.
Jamie, yes. Even with a bad hair day,
Even with a bad hair day.
show up.
Okay. Well, thank you again for being here, Kyle. That was outstanding. I mean,
Thank you for having me.
everyone in the audience appreciated it all. For everyone who attended, thank you for being here. Our next webinar will be March 26th at the same time. And I also wanted to say that I encourage anyone that has ideas on topics or speakers that you think would be helpful for this webinar series. Please send them to admin@theapna.org. We really want to build this education program around your needs and the things that are interesting to you. So if you have ideas, feedback, suggestions, please share, and we will try to incorporate those into future webinars. So If there are no more questions, we'll let everybody go. Have a blessed day. Again, Kyle, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
You're welcome.
Okay, have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.